Spirax, great for speed. The weight in the head means you'll get some real speed to it, but you'll lack accuracy if you're not careful. Good old Willow here. Great for coverage, you won't miss with this, but feel that. It's much heavier, so your power may be reduced. Good for damage, not so much impact. Samurai sword allows for surgical strikes, but you're relying on the crash for the results. All sorted?
Yeah, I think so. So, what do we have here?
Excuse me.
How is that? Fucking loved it. That's what I needed. Perfect.
Well, let's get you out of this messy outfit and get you all settled up. As fast as I can.
You carry on. I'll deal with this customer. So, have you picked one yet?
I'm not sure. I think I need something that I can use fast and frequently, but doesn't require much aim. I have a lot of pent-up tension and, well...
So, is it something specific, or is it more of a general day-to-day issue?
Well, it's built up for quite a while now, but yesterday was the final straw.
What happened?
I was at work, doing everyone's jobs for them, as always. Darren, this order you sent through, it has no shipping number, or a product number, or a customer name. I can't process this.
It's on that note that I sent you.
This? What the hell is this meant to be? I need a proper order raised.
Well, that's kind of your job. You know, I answer the phone calls and pass on what they say.
What they say? You mean when customers place orders?
Yeah.
Oh, Karen, can you sort this? I'm not getting proper order forms sent through by sales. Can you do something about it?
Guys, can we make sure we're filling in the orders properly when they're raised? We all want to get paid, yes? Sorted.
You think? What about this?
Well, that's clearly 2 boxes of 7Bs for Joe in Wolverhampton. Fill it in yourself this time, for speed, and they can do it themselves from now on.
But... It just got worse. The next day, same shit. So I spoke to Karen to deal with it. Instead of sorting it, she called me into her office.
Right. So after a lot of complaints, we've decided to review the situation surrounding the order process.
Review it. For the lack of work being done.
Well, there's no point in pointing the finger. There's clearly something wrong with all the issues that have been raised.
Yeah, the issues that I've been raising. Because of Darren and his team, they're not doing their jobs right, and I have to pick up the pieces.
What's happened is we've discovered a whole host of unprocessed orders. Customers have been phoning up asking where products are. Over 50 shipments have gone missing in the last 2 weeks.
And who did they call to inform?
Well, the sales team, and we need to work out what's wrong.
Because they aren't doing their jobs. You clearly should be pointing fingers, and it should be at Darren and his useless mob of sales reps.
Darren says that he sends you the order forms and they aren't processed.
I've processed every single one, regardless of how badly filled out the order forms are.
Darren has quite a lot of copies of the unprocessed order forms, so we'll just see, shall we?
So these are the unprocessed orders. I send them over and they just get ignored.
Why are they in a box?
Because I archive them. Because I like to be thorough.
What? Order forms are digital?
Well, this is more reliable.
Paper trails are important.
These are your official order forms?
Yep.
Well, this is a menu from the sandwich van guy. This is the old fire safety notice, and this is Jim Selby's wife.
Well, I don't work here now.
Because he died. And you also spelt order wrong and 7.
Right, so you can read it though. There you go. That is proof that I have recorded every order.
This is madness. Karen.
Look, guys, there's clearly an issue here. I think we need to replan and make sure that Emma is up to date with the process.
Me?
Well, you're the one who's not been processing the orders.
I don't fucking think so. You are mad if you think that I'm going to work like this with this joke of a sales manager, and for you to sit there and tell me that I am the problem for not understanding this ridiculous system.
Oi, they were all in order.
I was about to tell her to shove a job up her arse, but then the sandwich guy came and everyone left. She asked me to conclude the meeting the next day, so I grabbed my coat and I left. I was so angry that I went onto Twitter and tweeted for the first time in 4 years.
Wow, that is angry.
I then saw a post about your shop and I thought it'd be a good place to deal with my problem.
Well, you are totally right. Here is where we deal with the trash. Let me recommend the good old-fashioned cricket bat. Light enough to swing fast, yet it's broad enough to ensure that you hit your target. Life is tough, and sometimes you have to do difficult things for very little gains. But in the end, it's all worth it. I mean, life is frustrating enough to take the high road. So, take this. With very little effort, it will get you those pleasing results. It will also give you the strength and the focus to deal with your Darren problem without having to take big swings. May I recommend the office supply and delicate selection, which is room 4. All done, sister?
Indeed.
Oh, Poppy, can you show Emma to room 4, please?
Ooh, Granny's knickknacks. Good choice.
And careful of those sharp items. Ooh, nice photo, sister.
Okay, so if we can resolve the issue calmly this time. Emma, could you, without losing your temper this time, tell me the problem you've been having?
Of course. Let me start by explaining to you how this issue came about due to bad management. So I spoke to Rob at head office and he agrees with me. So let me tell you what I told him. Calmly.